It's the AL Central taking on the East. We'll see the Chicago White Sox as they play against the Tampa Bay Rays. All game long here on 2K Sports.
If you can't contain him, you're probably in trouble. Evan Longoria is his name, and he's in the lineup. American League East, Tampa Bay against the Central contenders, Chicago, with the Rays trying to win one at home. Glad to have you join us. Tuesday night edition of Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. And the starting pitcher, Jon Lester. And as he looks at this White Sox lineup, what are they going to see from him today?
Oh, we got a lefty on the mound in this one with some of the best stuff in the league, among the elite left-handers in the game. Against a lineup that can certainly put runs up on the board, but you have to believe if the lefty can get the job done, he should put some zeros up.
Lineup time, and here it is for the White Sox. Now, John, anyone in particular we should keep an eye on?
Well, when you look for reliability, Gary, look no further than Paul Konerko. He's a guy that just does his job year in and year out. A run producer, a proven run producer, and a proven leader.
Up now, the center fielder. He prepares to lead off this game. Ground ball, Bautista. And that's in plenty of time for the out. Now's a good time to take a quick look at how the Rays will be taking the field on defense. John, who's a factor for them?
Well, Robinson Cano to me is the smoothest fielding infielder I've seen in baseball in a long time. Looks like it's so nonchalant, like he doesn't care. When that ball leaves his hand, he possesses one of the strongest throwing arms of any infielder in baseball.
And it's the number 9 spot. Tampa Bay won last night. They'd come into that game after losing 6 straight, so that's a big W to get off the snide. One out, bases empty. Good pitch from Lester, swung out and missed. And it ends walk-off, 13th inning for a W.
Well, and you knew the way this game was progressing that it was going to take something special to win this game.
Here's the delivery. Ball. Lays off the curveball. Good pitch, though. 1-1.
The third straight year for Jon Lester with the low ERA and a high innings pitch rate. And here's a guy battled back from cancer and established himself as a durable and dependable pitcher who's going to give you innings and win games.
Missed with a fastball outside, 2-1. Certainly for Jon Lester last year, proof of how good he is the fact a couple other pitchers on that staff were supposed to be better than he was. When they weren't, he just lined towards second. That falls in. First hit of the ball game for this club. And a look at next Sunday. We'll see Lance Berkman and the Houston Astros. They travel to Milwaukee to take on the Brewers at Miller Park. That one will get underway at 8 Eastern. It's going to be Thomas.
Puts a little pressure on the defense and on the pitcher right now. Speed at first base, tie game. You've got to hold him close, but you can't be distracted. You still have to go after the hitter.
And Davis will try and hold him there. Now Lester with a 1-0 delivery. Ooh, that looked pretty good, but he falls behind, 2-0.
Well, their home record in 2010 was a big part of why the Tampa Bay Rays won the American League Division title.
Fastball called strike 2 and 1. Third home ERA in the American League goes to the Rays. That's how they win.
They also stole the most bases at home as well, so they manufacture runs. A 49-32 record, a big part of getting them to the playoffs.
Lined right at the second baseman.
Although it's still early on in the new baseball season for the White Sox, let's take a look where they sit in the American League. Third in on-base percentage, 5th in batting average, and they're in the top 10 in team batting average with runners in scoring position. That's a real asset for any team. When you get runners in scoring position, hit in the clutch and drive them in.
And Paul Konerko to bat. Last season, 2 for 2 against Lester.
Well, a couple guys on right now, Gary, with speed at second base. We'll see if they try to put pressure on him and try to start both runners. If they throw him out at third, they'll still have a man in scoring position.
That's one out, and they get it. They turn two. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. And the Rays, their first chance coming up. Going to take a look now at the starting pitcher for the White Sox. So, Steve, Tampa Bay hitters, from their perspective, what's in line for them?
This lineup should not be much of a problem for this righty on the mound today. He has some of the best stuff in the game, one of the elite pitchers. He should be able to go through them easily and retire outs.
Bottom first, 1-0 count. Now the 1-0 pitch. Let's the 1-0 pitch go by. 1-1.
That's a good, hard fastball right there. Let's see if he comes back with another one now.
Swinging and a miss, and it's now 1-2.
Boy, that's some kind of fastball down in the zone right there. The hitter has to be ready for it or he's got no chance to hit it.
Outside as Crawford takes it for a ball. The pitch.
3-2.
And that misses the outside corner. It'll run it full. 3-2.
Well, you can see what he's doing. He's just pulling that ball away from him, trying to overthrow it, and he can't seem to find the strike zone. He has to be able to rein that thing in right now.
3-2 on the way. Fastball in there, called third strike. 1 out.
He must have been looking off speed, which I don't understand. With 2 strikes, you have to look fastball and adjust to the off-speed pitch. Either way, he's walking back to the dugout.
The Rays lineup looks like this. Any of these bats stand out, John?
Well, Adam Jones is a guy that has the potential to be one of the better players in all of baseball. He has decent power. Not great plate discipline, though. He doesn't walk a lot. He's a free swinger. If he can figure out a way to control the strike zone a little more and get pitches that he can handle, this kid could be an all-star for a lot of years.
And it's taken outside by Cano for a ball. Batting average for him last season, .280 against the White Sox. The 1-0 now. Lined hard down the left field line. Can't cut it off. It's going to roll to the wall. And he pulls into first base with that base hit. There's 1 down here.
Well, little action going right now for this team. A single here with 1 out. Little bit of momentum. Let's see if they can bring him across.
And Jose Bautista's up.
2010 home run king Jose Bautista. Who would have thought it coming into the season? But once he got on a roll, he continued. But you have to remember, in 2009, the last month of the season, he hit 10 home runs, so the potential was always there.
Too far outside, 1-0. And for Jose Bautista, it was all about timing. Picking up the front foot, when to set it down. He went to winter ball after '09. He got that timing down, came back into the season. 54 homers, 124 RBIs.
I'll tell you what, I know we can try to explain away what happened, but I find it hard to believe. I mean, the guy hit the most he'd ever hit before was 16 home runs in a...
Swung on a fly ball down the left field line. And that will put Bautista on first. And now's a good time to take a brief look how the White Sox stack up defensively.
Let's take a peek back now at how Jose Bautista performed last season. First in home runs, third best in RBIs, and of course he was in the top 10 in on-base percentage, working the count. That's a big part of his game. Get a good hitter's count. If they don't want to give you a strike, take the walk.
The pitch. swing and a liner to right center. And that gets down. Hamilton on it first. And Cicotte scores.
So now he's surrendered 3 straight hits. He's got to bounce back and get this guy. He needs an out.
So Chris Davis, RBI chance. And with the lead, this lineup looks as though they're ready to do some more damage. Still a ways to go, but pitching's going to catch up here.
Well, that's a good piece of hitting right there to take an early lead in this game. Well, with the lead right here, don't be surprised if we see the runner on first going. I think that he has enough speed to make it. And even if they throw it away, you got a chance to pick up a run.
We'll see Konerko holding him in there. 1-0 count. He took that last one, and it was out of the zone. It's very early, so it may not stand up, but far better to be playing with the edge.
Well, that's right, Gary. I mean, they're going to try to use that edge to add some padding to this lead.
And the pitch taken, first strike by Davis. A solid .357 lifetime off the White Sox. Now the 1-1. Smash towards the middle. And that one to fall in, and the run will score.
Well, they need a big out right here, Jeremy. They've given up some runs in this inning. They need to get outs right now, just again to show that they can get them.
Can't get him to chase it. That's low. Ball 1.
Well, anytime you have a good fastball and you can keep it down in the zone around the knees or lower, it's great location and, believe me, very difficult to hit.
A 1-0 pitch. 1-0 delivery is a fastball in there. 1-1.
Guys coming off of a game last night, a little bit disappointing. A couple of strikeouts, and he just expanded the strike zone and chased pitches off the plate.
Pitch on the way. He watches the 1-1 pitch, takes a fastball, strike 2.
The pitcher showing that he can effectively throw strikes on the inside part of the plate. The hitter now has to make an adjustment, possibly opening up for that pitch next time.
And good eye by Longoria as he lays off that one, and that count's going to be even. The 2-2 pitch. Hit in the air to center field. 2 down here in the inning.
A lot of good baseball being played in the American League. Let's take a look at where the Tampa Bay Rays sit in the rankings right now. 4th in strikeouts, 7th in home runs, and an offense that's in the top 10 in triples. That ability to drive the ball into the gaps is a real asset for a club, but also that speed and aggressiveness to turn them into triples.
And here's Adam Jones. 16 ABs last year, 6 hits against the White Sox. It's 0-1 as he swings and misses at that fastball.
Well, what a tough first inning right here. Up over 20 pitches and really having some issues with his control.
In there at the letters, and he falls behind 0-2.
I looked locked in last night the way he swung the bat. Good stroke, good contact. See if he can't get it going again today to add those 2 hits from yesterday.
A shot up the middle, picked up by Durham. Throws to first, side is retired. And so we get our first 2 runs in the first. Offense getting going early. Tampa is up on top 2-0. Beautiful night indoors, Tropicana, off to the west where you can see a bit of the moon out there. Baines at the plate. And Lester's wide that time for a ball.
Well, that's a pretty good pitch right there. That's one of those pitches you throw it out there and you hope the hitter chases it. He laid off, though. Now it's a battle.
On the way, up the middle. That should be a base hit. Now our State Farm sponsored look at which teams went the yard most last year. Blue Jays #1, the Red Sox in second, third the Yankees, White Sox fourth, and we've got the Rangers. They are fifth.
Well, this team lives and dies with the home run ball. They were one of the top teams in the league last year at hitting the ball out of the ballpark, and they seem to want to continue that in this season. They have so much power and depth throughout this lineup that every one of these guys can hurt you.
Drops down a bunt. Lester. Not in time. Safe in a very close play. Tremendous situation now for the White Sox.
Well, he's trying to advance the runners with this bunt. He's not bunting for a base hit, but once he got it down, he realized this is going to be a tough play, so he hustled down the line. They couldn't get anybody out.
And we've got Jones batting. Runners at first and second. Nobody out. At the belt, Lester kicks, throws. Thought about dropping one down that time. Missed it. It's a strike. Drops down a bunt. And that one is fouled. Good cutter. Swung on and missed for the first out.
Well, that's a big first out of this inning. Now let's see if he can come back and get out of this thing unscathed. Well, we've got a moment to look back to last year's Chicago White Sox. Let's see how they ranked. Second in batting average with runners in scoring position. Second in stolen bases. And they showed up in the top 5 in home runs. A power-laden lineup that could drive the ball out of the ballpark. Home run production, a major part of the offense.
Hit in the air to left center. And that one falls in there for a single. Good offensive chance here.
Well, continuing this onslaught offensively, that base hit now loads the bases. All kinds of pressure on the hitter. Let's see what he does.
Bases are loaded here with only one away. Cut fastball swung on and missed. 0-1. Here's the delivery. Oh, and he lays off the fastball. Good pitch. 1-1.
That two-seam fastball is such an effective pitch. One, because it gets ground ball outs, but two, it sets up his other pitches.
1-1 pitch is a circle change. That hits the target. 1-2.
This is why changing speeds is so important for a pitcher. You get the hitter off balance, even more effective when it's down in the zone.
The 1-2 pitch. Swing and a drive, deep left center. Crawford's there. Able to glide over. Here comes the runner for the plate. That's one. And here in the early part of the season, we have a look at the Central Division standings brought to you by State Farm. First place, the White Sox. In the second spot, the Twins. Third place goes to the Indians. In fourth place, it's the Royals. And rounding out the list, the Tigers.
Not a lot of expectations in Chicago this year, but the White Sox surprising everybody, sitting atop of the American League Central right now and building that confidence level.
2 men on and 2 men out. Here's the first pitch. That's low and outside. 1-0. Spins and a throw behind the runner. And he's easily back to the bag. Here's the 1-0. And that's off the plate, away, ball 2. Came with a cutter 2-0, but he missed it. 2-1.
Well, as a hitter, if you're looking for something off speed, you don't swing at anything hard. But that's what he did. He wasn't expecting that speed, and he swung late.
That's off the plate, away. 3-1.
Well, this is your dream when you're in the on-deck circle before you go into the batter's box. If you can get the count to 3-1 and in your favor, you know you have the upper hand.
Here it comes. Missed. Ball 4. And now the potential tying runner's just 90 feet away.
It goes with the fastball on the 3-ball count, which is what he should do here. Be aggressive, but he throws it out of the zone, and now bases loaded.
Number 3 slot up again here. And he's got a shot here to give his club the lead. Just one swing could do it.
Well, this is what you're waiting for. This kind of opportunity to change the game, and your pitcher then can go out with much more confidence.
Bases are loaded with 2 down. The first pitch. Bats him out with a cut fastball for a strike.
Well, the batters can expect to see his bread and butter, that cutter today, Gary. A lot of guys are going to commit early. They've got to try to get a read and keep that pitch over the plate.
It's that breaker through in the second pitch to him. Strike 2. And the movement, Steve, on that cutter you were talking about is unusually good. Good for a strikeout pitch.
Well, it's very tough for the hitter to center that pitch. And this guy can get a lot of broken bats.
Fastball is up high. Then it's 1-2.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
The 1-2 on its way. Struck him out. He gets out of this with just a little hurt. So Jon Lester heads to the dugout. So he's allowed 1 run through 2 innings of work. And we'll see the Rays coming up next. And it's Alexei Ramirez now to lead it off. Here's the delivery. Just missed with the fastball. 1-0. The 1-0 now. Fastball just misses, and he falls behind. 2-0. A line drive towards the hole, and so Ramirez retired. 1 away now. Here's a look at what's coming up for the White Sox. Final game with Tampa Bay is Thursday, and they'll be off to take on the Tigers in that bout of Maglio Ordonez, a team that will definitely give them a competitive series. It'll be a 3-game series. And there's another stop on the road trip. The Yankees hosting that one. A lot of road games on the way. And he lays off that pitch upstairs. Ball 1.
Well, that's just some good old country hardball right there. Four-seam fastball up in the zone.
The 1-0 pitch. And he looks at a fastball in there. 1-1. Here's a strike, bottom half of the zone. 1-2 now.
But when you throw the fastball, that's where you want it to go. Now you can elevate a pitch next time around.
One-two pitch coming. And Carlos Santana lets it go by. Count is even.
Now, if you tuned into the ball game last night, you saw the fact that he hit a home run in that game and contributed to his team's offense. They'd love to get that sort of production again today.
Shot back to first, and Konerko makes the catch.
Well, first base can be the hot corner too, and that was a hot shot to first, but he was able to get up in spirit for the out.
Now State Farm gives us a look at the hit leaders from last year. Ichiro number 1, Robinson Cano is second. Third is Adrian Beltre. Fourth spot's held by Michael Young. Fifth best, Josh Hamilton.
Well, if you want to see a lot of hits, watch these two guys here today. Last season, 2 of the top batters in all of baseball with the ability to get hits. And that's what these guys do. They put the ball in play. They give themselves up when they have to shorten their swing, take a more defensive stroke. But they always seem to be on base via the base hit.
And the first pitch was a strike. Got about 0-1 right now.
Well, the hitter lays off this one and takes the strike, realizing not a pitch he wants in this situation.
The pitch. Crawford will foul that one away. Fastball is a waste pitch that time. 1-2. The pitch. And Kyle Crawford looks at that one. That's for a ball. It'll even it up. That swung on, hit on the ground. Picked up by Durham. He'll throw one to first, and that'll do it for this half inning. Nobody left on base. No runs or hits here in this half inning. Tampa Bay 2, the White Sox 1. Things will start getting a little more difficult. Third man in the lineup coming up. It's going to be Thomas. He'll start things off here in the third inning. And Santana sets up his target. Low pitch from Lester for a ball. Here's the 1-0. Now a swing and a ball hit well into right field. It's got carry. Goodbye home run. And they're happy to tie that one up. Back to an even ball game with that solo shot.
Well, he looked like he got the pitch in his wheelhouse and he just drove it out of the ballpark.
You get behind in a ball game, you want to get back early, get your mental set back, and they've done that.
Now this inning isn't over yet. They have a chance to still tack on some more runs. Now credit the White Sox offense, attacking, trying to do what they can to bring this thing back, evening it up. Tie game now. Let's see if they can add on some more runs, Gary.
Bases are empty with no one out. And he starts Konerko out. And Lester misses. And you know the manager likes to see this game, especially with a great at-bat like we just saw.
Well, I mean, and the message in the dugout for the manager is take advantage of the opportunities. When you get a shot, capitalize on it, and that's what they're doing.
Here's the pitch. He watches that fastball. It'll even up the count at 1-1.
I think the hitter was looking for something out over the plate that he could drive. They pounded a fastball down and in for a strike.
One on the way. And it's taken outside by Konerko for a ball. Last year, 4 for 15 off the Rays here at Tropicana. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Cutter called strike 2.
And you can throw the ball down to the zone with that kind of movement. It can be very effective.
And Cicotte will take it down low for a ball.
They had 2 hits in the game last night, looking to add to that today and trying to contribute to his club's success.
Full count pitch by Lester. And he heads down to first base. That's ball 4.
That's good plate discipline by the hitter right now. Good pitch recognition, laying off the ball out of the zone.
Baines has a turn in the box.
You don't want to do this in this kind of a situation. And put a walk on base with a guy who's the go-ahead run in the game. That's a mistake.
No one out and a runner on first. He deals. Line towards third and foul. And what he's done here in this situation with the walk coming where it did, Steve, is really give the offense a lot of options.
As a pitcher, you can't try to miss bats. Go at him, throw strikes, make him put it play, let the defense work.
Back to first, not in time. Not quick enough on the relay. Look at the teams who led the league in slugging last year. Brought to you by State Farm. Number 1, the Blue Jays. The Red Sox in second. Third, the Yankees. The Twins fourth. And at number 5 on the list, the White Sox.
Well, slugging percentage plays a key part in any team's offense, and this team was one of the best in the league last year at doing that. They seem to hit for extra bases. You know, everyone says, well, they get on second base a lot, they score runs, but also they drive in a ton of runs with all those extra base hits that they get. That's why their slugging percentage is so high and why they're so successful.
Cut fastball in the dirt for a ball. Fastball runs inside. That'll dust him off a little.
Well, pitchers like to throw in off the plate. If it's not a strike, then you want to send a message to the hitter to back up. It allows you to open up the outer third of the plate now.
Hoping for a free pass that time. That fastball's in there. Strike 1.
Same thing here. Selective 3-0. Now you can still be selective on 3-1. Make him throw it where you want it.
He's ready. The 3-1. Hard grounded to short. Over to second for 1. And they'll get the double play. Ramirez there to finish that. So they pick up a run on the home run and pull even. And a tie ball game here in Tampa Bay. It'll be batters 2 through 4 due up next. And so Robinson Cano set to go. Singled and scored his last time around. And Cano ready for the first pitch. Swinging a liner to left. And that is in there. The go-ahead run on board. That will bring up Jose Bautista.
Now let's take a quick look back to last year and the numbers that Robbie Cano put up. Second best in base hits, 5th in batting average, and he was also ranked in the top 5 in on-base percentage. A real asset for his team to give his team a chance to score runs and have the run producers drive them in.
Runner on first base, nobody out. Fresh count of Bautista. Here it comes. Towards center field. That's 1 away. And they'll hold him at first base.
That's about as easy as it gets. He could have caught that one in his back pocket.
And Josh Hamilton up. 5 years coming up this year. One out, runner on at first. He delivers. First pitch, a fastball. That's in there for a strike.
Well, guys, you'd be hard-pressed to find a better all-around player in baseball than Josh Hamilton. The potential of being the #1 pick by the Devil Rays, came to fruition in Texas in 2010. Nothing on a field this man can't do. Power, speed, can steal a base, can do anything.
Line towards first. And he gets it down. He's 2 for 2 now. Why, it's a good opening for this Tampa Bay offense. And for Hamilton, 100 RBIs, and that came even when he missed almost 30 games. MVP for the Rangers. Steve, John, that was just a great season, a great story.
You know, guys, you think of all of the things this young man's gone through, the trials and tribulations, living a life of recovery right now and reaping the benefits of that. He is as consistent an offensive player as there is in the game.
And the pitch taken, first strike by Davis. On the way. Second pitch, waves at the fastball, and suddenly it's strike 2.
I looked locked in last night the way he swung the bat. Good stroke, good contact. See if he can't get it going again today to add those 2 hits from yesterday.
Oh, tough one to lay off right there, that fastball, 1-2.
Well, that right there is a really good pitch, just missing the outside corner. Give the batter a lot of credit, though. That is one of the toughest pitches to lay off of, that hard fastball away.
The 1-2 on its way. Swung on and missed. Chris Davis, strike 3.
Well, at 92 miles per hour, you can get away with some mistakes, but it would be nice to have some movement.
2 straight fastballs. He still couldn't catch up with it.
Well, if a pitcher comes back with a fastball right after he threw one and gets the K, you know he's throwing gas out there.
And here's the pitch to Longoria. Fastball in there for a called strike. 228, not a good lifetime number against the White Sox. Ground ball. Weaver throws to first in time. That's 3 down. So, no runs, 2 hits, and they strand 2. And it'll be the White Sox. Bottom 3 due up next. And we've got Jones batting. He's going to get us started here in the 4th. At the belt, Lester kicks, throws. Cut fastball in there for a called strike.
Well, that cut fastball away, it looks like it's coming down the heart of the plate, runs to the outside corner. It tends to turn into a pop-up.
Fastball swung on, can't make contact, and behind on the count 0-2.
The best pitch in baseball is the fastball down and away, and if you can execute it, you can be very effective. That's why he got the swing and the miss.
Jones watches it low.
Well, that's the pitch you want for the ground ball out, that 2-seam fastball at the bottom of the strike zone. Just couldn't quite catch the plate. Good eye by the hitter.
The 1-2 from Lester. There's a swing, line drive, center field. Gets down, the go-ahead runs on base. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Rays. Thursday, they will finish up the Chicago series. They can look forward to a competitive series. The Blue Jays at Rogers Center. That gets underway on Friday night. Then they'll continue on with another road series. Minnesota Twins will be hosting, so they'll be on the road quite a bit over this next stretch. And the number 7 batter in the box. He's 1 for 1 so far. A runner on first, no outs. First pitch to him. First pitch is a cutter. Looked at 0-1.
When you can hit your spot with that kind of movement down and into the hitter, you're way ahead of the game.
And he lays it down. He'll try to beat it out. That ends up foul. And he fouls another one off.
Well, you can tell right there that the batter is in protection mode. Anything close, he's just trying to put it in play. The fact that he fouled it off will keep this at-bat going.
Tries to ring him up with the fastball away, but it's 1-2. Catcher can't control it. Oh my, is he wild right now? That could be trouble. So they can't make the play.
Well, listen, it's all about advancing base runners in the game. You got to make plays defensively, but that error cost him, and he came out of his hand wrong, and the ball sailed on him.
And Santana spotting the pitch. And Lester's wide that time for a ball. Three-two on the way. Strike three called on the fastball. 1 away.
Well, the pitcher gets it done right there. Rung him up on 7 pitches.
Early opportunity to put a runner across does not happen there.
Yeah, it was a good battle, though, but, you know, you tip the hat. The pitcher won that one. Great job.
One on, one out. And he watches a cut fastball to start the at-bat for strike one. At the belt, Lester kicks, throws. 0-1. Good hard cutter in for a called strike. Fastball is up high, and it's 1-2.
When you throw a two-seam fastball, you want a ground ball, which means you want to throw it to the bottom of the zone. This pitch up could come back to cost him later in the game.
The 1-2 pitch. Curveball. Ooh, where did that miss? 2-2. Smash towards the hole. Davis gets one. Now over to second base. Not in time. Trying to get that double play there. He beat it out. Eastern Division standings starting to take shape here in April. Here in our State Farm standings board. Yankees in first place. The Orioles second place. Blue Jays in third. Fourth place belongs to the Red Sox. And it's the Rays in the last slot.
This Tampa Bay team has just not been able to live up to the challenges this season. And it's developed into a very disappointing year, both for the organization and for their fans.
And Lester's pitch looked at for a strike. It's 0-1.
Well, if he can throw this cutter down and away like this, he's going to be very effective. That's an outstanding pitch.
Ball. Missed badly with the fastball there. 1-1. Boy, excellent movement to the cutter, and it's 1-2. Good wood hits it right back up through the pitcher. And he throws on to first. That'll retire the side. So Jon Lester continues to get the job done. And we'll see the Rays coming up next. So Adam Jones leading it off. Lifetime 2.25 off the White Sox. And the pitch to Jones. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Picked up by Durham. And Jones set down.
Looking back to last year, let's check out where the Tampa Bay Rays ranked in the American League. First in stolen bases, second in triples, and it's all about offense when you're going to try to win ball games. You got to score runs, and third in the league in runs scored. Really shows that offense is a real asset for their team.
And it's Alexei Ramirez now, 1 away.
Well, you're waiting for Alexei Ramirez to put up those monster numbers, and guys, I'm not so sure he can put up the big monster numbers that we anticipated he can. But when your shortstop can hit like he can and field like he can, you have to be very happy with what he does for your team.
And Ramirez settles in. First pitch. Swing and a miss, but he was right on it. 0-1. And on Alexei Ramirez, John, I agree with you. I mean, maybe they're not gaudy numbers, but they're consistent numbers, and they're major league numbers that he's putting up.
They are, but I think he has more in him, but I think he has to show some patience, and he really hasn't shown that so far. He likes to prove he can hit by swinging. I'd like him to prove he can hit by taking a pitch.
Strike two. And it's 0-2. Alexei Ramirez going to have to protect now. There's a swing and a line drive, and Durham pulls it in.
That's an atom ball right there. That ball was smoke. He stung it, but right at the second baseman.
It's Carlos Santana at the plate with 2 down. Here's the first pitch to Santana. Lined up the middle, and that is in there, the go-ahead run on board. So Kyle Crawford will come up next. Now State Farm takes a look at who had the most triples last year.
Speed is such an important asset in baseball because it impacts the game on the base pass, and for a hitter to run the bases, these guys can fly.
Well, with power numbers down, you're looking at guys, how they can create runs, and Carl Crawford, to me, is a guy that can create runs. He steals bases, he hits a lot of triples, he can do so many things to help his team win without having to hit the ball out of the ballpark. But he will, if you make a mistake on him, he'll take you out.
Grounded out his last time through. 2 outs and a man on first. Here's Crawford's first look. Starts him out with a fastball for a strike. He hit .379 last year against the White Sox. And here's the pitch. A smash between short and third. And that creates the opportunity for Robinson Cano.
I tried to go down with that 0-1 pitch, but it gets blasted right back for the base hit.
But the way he went after that in the box, Steve, it looked like he might have been guessing down there.
Well, I'll tell you what, you have to make contact behind in the count. He got a pitch over the heart of the plate, and he took advantage of it.
Well, to me, the best hitter in baseball, Robinson Cano, the swing he takes on a bat, as me being a former left-handed hitter, I would...
That ball swung on and hit. Jones to field it, and that's the third out. That'll do it. No runs and a couple of hits and 2 left on. Still tied in Tampa Bay. Batters 2 through 4 coming right up. 6 slide up at the plate again. He'll get things started. 5th inning. First pitch on the way. A swing and a fly ball to left center field. Crawford's there as he gets to it for the out. And a moment now to recap our on-base percentage leaders from last year. Brought to you by State Farm. Number 1, Miguel Cabrera. Josh Hamilton is second. In the third spot, Joe Mauer. Paul Konerko fourth. And it's Robinson Cano, 5th best.
Getting on base is a philosophy. It's a mental state. It's really an approach, and these guys understand that. They understand they have to do whatever they can to get on. They have the toughest at-bats of any hitters in the major leagues.
One out, nobody on. Here's the first pitch. Ball. And Lester, and that's going to be too high.
Well, that pitch right there just seemed to get away from the pitcher, took off on him. Looked like he tried to overthrow that a little bit.
One 0 on the way. It's now 1 ball, 1 strike. He watched that fastball that was in there.
That's a good fastball right there. He blew that one right by him.
The 1-1 pitch. Fastball gets away from him there. 2-1. Two 2-1 pitch. Low for a ball, and it's suddenly 3-1.
Well, anytime you have a count 3-1 in your favor as the hitter, you're looking for a pitch in a little box in the location you want to. If he throws it in there, you better be ready and get a good hack at it.
3-1 a fastball, swung on and missed, full count. The full count pitch. Well, that's one way to get a base runner. They get one there on ball 4.
First base was open, so I think the pitcher really didn't feel any pressure to have to throw something over the plate and get burned. He'll go after the next guy.
And that'll bring up Paul Konerko.
Well, just when you thought that age was going to catch up with Konerko, here he goes throwing up gaudy numbers once again. 312 average, 39 bombs, drove in over 100 runs. An unbelievable year for Paulie.
Runner at first with one down. First pitch. Lester gets that one in there. Boy, Paul Konerko did have a magnificent season. Many had written him off. Instead, when he needed the numbers to get a new deal, he put up some of the best of his career.
He really put up big-time numbers, and they re-signed their captain for another contract, and he comes in there trying to be the centerpiece of this offense.
Here's the pitch. Strike 2, no balls and 2 strikes. Konerko now will look to tighten up that zone.
That's a great pitch right there. That 12-6 downer curveball on the outside corner. Not much he could do with that one.
Low, and it's 1-2. And Paul Konerko watching that one go by to even the count up.
A great movement on that two-seam fastball, trying to start it on the corner, running it off the plate. The hitter just laid off.
He's ready. The 2-2 pitch. Konerko hits this one. And there's one. And the deuce, a double play. Not a lot of action in this half inning. Nothing on. And a tie ball game here in Tampa Bay. Jose Bautista now will stand in. He definitely brings a lot of attention to his at-bats. Here's the delivery. Fastball too low. 1-0.
He's got that long ball power. They call it light tower power. He hits some bombs, Gary.
This is right there for his strike. 1-1.
Got to be feeling good today. Picked up a couple hits in the game last night.
Strike 1-1 delivery. A fastball taken for a strike. 1-2. Jose Bautista watches that one go by. A ball evens the count. Two-two pitch. Tough pitch to lay off that time. Full count. 3-2.
Well, you see, he just missed with that fastball right there away. Let's see if they try to come back inside to try to jam him.
He didn't get the call on that pitch, and now he's going to work with the leadoff man on with a free pass.
And now he has to go out of the stretch position as well, which changes his whole release point.
So that brings Josh Hamilton to the plate.
But one of those rare players that can do everything on a baseball field. Josh Hamilton, hit for power. He can run. He can hit for average. He can throw. A great center fielder, great defender. Nothing on a field that this man can't do.
You don't want to do this in this kind of a situation and put a walk on base with a guy who's the go-ahead run in the game. That's a mistake.
Fastball is high. 1-0. And what he's done here in this situation with the walk coming where it did, Steve, is just really give the offense a lot of options.
Well, as a pitcher, you can't try to miss bats. Go at them, throw strikes, make them put it in play, let the defense work.
Let's the 1-0 pitch go by, 1-1. The numbers over his career in this matchup, 349 off the White Sox. The 1-1. He watches the 1-1 pitch, takes a fastball, strike two.
Well, they went at him yesterday with a pitch that he could drive, and he took advantage of it, and they weren't as careful as they should have been with nobody on base. Hit a home run, solo shot.
Hamilton isn't fooled by that pitch, and the count is evened up.
Well, you watch how the hitter reacted to that. He had thoughts about chasing that pitch, but at the last second decided to lay off of it.
Here's the pitch. That one swung on its line, and he gets it down. That's his third hit, 3 for 3. This a great situation for some offense.
We talk about a guy who's swinging it right now as good as anybody. That's his third hit of the ball game thus far. Let's see if this can mount a rally with nobody out.
Hamilton's your runner at first base. On at second is Bautista. Here's Davis's first look. Out in front on that one, strike one. Swings on the 0-1 pitch, can't hit it, strike two. Fastball is a waste pitch that time, 1-2. Good patience, Davis letting it go by. Pretty good eye. The count is even. Here's the pitch. Swung on and missed. Chris Davis, strike three.
Well, K-Cam's going to show us the four-seam fastball here.
Well, he just looked overpowered on those two fastballs.
John thought the timing that time just didn't seem to be there in the at-bat.
Well, and a strikeout like that will give the pitcher a lot of confidence.
Chance to drive in a run here for Evan Longoria.
You know what you like about a young player is he understands what's going on. And when he had a beef with the city of Tampa for fans not showing up down the stretch for their playoff run, that really sends a message to the other guys on the team that he's not going to sit back and let bad things happen to his squad.
One out with runners at first and second. And here's the pitch to Longoria. Headed for the middle. Oh, that'll move you on the mound. He just barely got out of the way. And two, a double play. So no runs on one hit and nobody left on. Still, here in Tampa Bay, we're tied. And if you are just tuning in, hi, Gary Thorne along with John Kruk, Steve Phillips. We bring you Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. And the first pitch. And Lester's wide that time for a ball.
Oh, it's a good pitch with a cut fastball. When you're throwing this pitch, you want to start it on the corner, run it off the plate, trying to get the hitter to chase. Good piece of hitting to lay off of it.
The 1-0 now. Misses outside for ball two. Now the 2-0. 2-1. This one's over at the knee level, 2-1.
And you can throw the ball down to the zone with that kind of movement. It can be very effective.
The 2-1 offering. This one's popped foul towards the left side. Oh! Now the 2-2. And he gets under that one. Out recorded by Santana. That's one down.
Pop-ups around the plate can be tough for a catcher because the rotation of the ball brings it back toward the infield, but he was able to make this play easily.
Base is empty with one away. At the belt, Lester kicks, throws. The fastball is in there. It's 0-1.
In order to throw that fastball away from the hitter, you have to get great extension out in front. Nice job of pitching.
Missed with the fastball outside, and it's even at 1.
Well, he's over the 80 pitch mark right now at this point in the game. And you know that pitching coach is keeping a close eye on him to see if he tires.
That big breaker gets by, and the count goes to 1-2.
Well, that's just an unhittable pitch. That's the blueprint of where you want to throw this pitch. Down and away to the hitter, gets him to swing.
The 1-2 on its way. Change up called strike 3. That's the second out.
So this punch out right here will keep this game close as it gets later and later.
Took only 4 pitches on that at bat to get him out of there.
Man, not a quality at bat right there. He didn't make the pitcher work. He got out of there quickly.
And we've got Jones batting. Base hit his last time. And we've got Jones batting. 1 for 2 in the ballgame. 2 outs and nobody on. And here's the first one. Ball! And that's high for a ball. Johnson missing.
Well, he tried that four-seam fastball up in the zone to get him the chase. Tough pitch to lay off of. Good job by the hitter.
Here's the 1-0. And it's a called strike to Jones.
Hitters have to have great balance and be prepared for the pitch away. If you open up even a little bit, you can't catch up to that four-seam fastball in the outside corner.
1-1 on the way. Smashes that one towards the shortstop. Throws on to first. Side is retired. And they're held in check here in this half inning. And a tie ball game here in Tampa Bay. So Adam Jones leading it off. On the base paths, number 2 in steals in the ball club. First pitch, here it comes. Line shot into center field. Gets down. The go-ahead runs on base. So that brings Alexei Ramirez up.
Well, he really puts pressure on the opposing pitcher and catcher with the way he can steal bases, Gary. Let's take a peek back to last year and check out the season that Adam Jones had and how he ranked. Second in triples, 12th in batting average, and he was a hit machine last year, ranked in the top 15 in hits, showing that great eye-hand coordination to put the ball in play.
Runner on first. The pitch. Low for a ball to Ramirez. A swing line to left center. And that's a base hit. Ramirez on board with the single. Well, it's a good opening for this Tampa Bay offense.
Well, he handles that fastball on the inside corner very well. He clears his hands, rotates his hips, and gets himself a base hit to left.
And Santana's in the box. He singled in his last at bat. No one out yet. Runners at first and second. And the first pitch. Fastball is downstairs. 1 ball, no strikes. Pauses, and now the 1-0. He makes contact, line drive. There's one. And the double play, they got them both. And that one's going to be a candidate for play of the week, Steve.
Well, you talk about shifting momentum. You get the ground ball double play, and all of a sudden you're back in the dugout ready to hit.
Now the State Farm leaderboard gives us a look at who hit the highest average-wise last year.
All these guys have a similar trait, that ability to put the good part of the bat on the ball and make solid contact on a consistent basis. And they're willing to hit from line to line, not just being pull hitters.
Man on third, 2 down. Here's Crawford's first look. And he holds off with a pitch low, 1-0. He's averaged .298 lifetime against the White Sox. The 1-0 now. There's a called strike of the knees, 1-1.
Velocity and location are absolutely critical. That pitch was exactly where he wanted to throw it.
Good-looking fastball. Called the ball, though, 2-1.
Oh, it's a great fastball right there, down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
It's fouled away. The 2-2 pitch. And Crawford, another foul ball.
Well, even though the count's even, you still have to take that defensive mode up at the plate, because anytime you have 2 strikes, you don't want to give him a cheap out just by striking out foolishly. But he's keeping this at bat alive on that low pitch to foul it off.
Fastball swung on and missed. Side retired. They pick up no runs on 2 hits and strand 1. Still, here in Tampa Bay, we're tied. Leadoff batter will get a shot at it later on in this inning. Catcher up to the plate. He'll start things off here in the 7th. Here's the first one. Line drive left of the bag and foul. Johnson with a windup. Waves at this bunt attempt. He misses for a strike. Can't get him to chase the fastball. Low, 1-2. Slider, that's taken. Strike 3, 1 away.
Well, 2 strikes, that's exactly where the pitcher wants to put the ball. But as a hitter, you have to try to fight it off and make contact.
And in the batter's box, it's Durham.
Well, a lot of guys with 11-6 records, you think, well, they didn't really have that great a year. But, guys, Josh Johnson, to me, is one of the best pitchers in baseball. He commands the strike zone with that 94, 95-mile-an-hour fastball, and he has that great slider to put guys away. He just has a future that is as bright as anyone in the game.
And the first pitch. Swings, lines this one back up the middle, and that is in there, the go-ahead run on base. Josh Johnson had only 28 starts. Strikeout potential, 186 Ks, Steve.
And he had a career-best ERA of 2.30, career-best whip as well. But health is an important factor for him. They need him to be the horse and get 33 starts to lead that staff. One down, runner at first.
Johnson with a windup. Slider just misses 1-0.
Gary, slider's such an effective pitch, and it's this guy's put-away pitch. When he needs the big out, that's where he's going to go.
Slider just misses the black, falls behind 2-0.
Gary, you know, we talk about his slider. What makes it so effective is that break, that depth and width to the pitch. It goes through two planes, so it's tough to center.
And the 2-0 pitch is a fastball low, 3-0.
Well, you fall behind 3-0, and this is when the pitcher has to be careful. He just can't throw a cookie in there and expect the hitter to take it.
That one's hit to the right, way down there, but that's going to be a long foul ball. And missed. Ball 4. That possible go-ahead run now is in scoring position.
He went with a fastball in a 3-ball count, which is what you want to do most often. He just couldn't throw a strike.
State Farm leaderboard recaps the biggest group of thieves last year in the league. Rays number 1, the White Sox second, in third the A's, Mariners fourth, and we've got the Rangers. They are fifth.
Well, you talk about a game that could take a long time. This might be it. Anytime you have guys who can steal bases, the game just seems to slow down. That's what kind of pressure they put on the...
Ground ball, Bautista. There's one. And that's 2. A double play. Good work, Josh Johnson. Time to get up and move. We're in Tampa. 2-hole to get things started next. And if you are just coming on board, Gary Thorne, Steve Phillips, John Kruk, as we bring you Major League Baseball here on 2K Sports. And Cano ready for the first pitch. There's a swing and a drive deep to left field. He has to back up for it. Comes away with the out. Now batting with one down, Jose Bautista. Walked in his last plate appearance. Off the plate with a fastball, and it's 1-0.
Well, he had the right idea in mind, trying to get that fastball down and away. Just missed. Now let's see how he comes back with the next one.
1-0 delivery is a fastball in there, 1-1.
Well, that's a hitter's pitch right there. Fastball right down the heart of the plate. He didn't swing. Swing the bat. Come on.
Pitch on the way. Bautista, that's going to be a foul ball. 1-2 pitch coming. Jose Bautista watches that one go by. A ball evens the count. Outside for a ball, and it's full, 3-2. Payoff pitch. Bautista, that's going to be a foul ball. The 3-2 pitch. Hit on the ground. Oh, off the pitcher. Wow, that was a hot shot, and he couldn't get out of the way. Oh, bounces away. It's Josh Hamilton. Last year, big-time .405 number against the White Sox. Bautista's on at first. Hamilton gets set. Here's the delivery. Sinker just missed. 1-0. Here's the pitch. That's off the plate and low. 2-0. Towards the middle. It's gobbled up. The second, there's one. And Konerko hoping to get two, but not going to happen. Only one away on that one.
Well, they get the lead runner at second, but they just couldn't turn two. I know they wanted to. Well, this is what you want. You've got speed on first base, tie ball game. You have to do what you can to get him in scoring position. Let's see if they get him going.
We'll see Konerko holding him in there. Good patience. Davis letting it go by. Pretty good eye. The count is even.
And when he can keep that thing down and away, it's nearly impossible to hit.
Good downward action on that sinker. 1-2.
Can you say ground ball? That's what that sinker down to the zone is meant to do.
The 1-2 pitch. And the sinker swung on and missed. Side retired. So they can't push any across here in this half of the inning. And a tie ball game here in Tampa Bay. It's going to be Thomas. He homered back in the third. The first pitch. Strike one. And that's in there. Johnson ahead 0-1.
Well, he couldn't have asked for a better pitch. He likes the ball down the middle like every hitter, and he got a fastball. You got to swing the bat.
Here's the pitch. And he looks at one in there for a strike. 0-2.
A fastball up in the zone like that, a pitch a lot of guys like to hit. He just couldn't swing the bat.
And this is bounced foul to the left side. Trying to get him to chase a slider, but it's 1-2. Got him. One away.
He helped him right there with 2 strikes. He gets the slider, but he chases it out of the zone for strike 3.
Away. Here's Paul Konerko. 1 for 4 lifetime against Johnson. And he starts Konerko out. There's a swing towards the hole. And Bautista with the catch.
Gary, I tell you what, I think he caught that one in self-defense. He couldn't even move. He had to just get the glove up.
Base is empty and 2 down. Here's the first pitch. And it's fouled away. Swings, hits this one pretty well. Deep right center. And there's Jones for the third out. And a quick inning for Josh Johnson. Here come the Rays. This is their chance in their half of the eighth. Due up 6, 7, 8 in the lineup. And it's Evan Longoria to lead us off. Batting average last year, a big-time 367 against the White Sox. And here's the pitch to Longoria. First pitch is a sinker, too low, 1-0.
Wow, he had some good bite on that one right there, but the hitter wouldn't chase it.
Now the 1-0 pitch. That's outside, ball 2. With 3 balls, Longoria now in the driver's seat in this at bat. And now Longoria's ahead on the count, 3-1. On the way. And the sinker falls in there. 3-2 now.
A good sinking movement on that pitch, right on the black, away from the hitter. Tough pitch to hit.
Taps this one foul off to the left. Here's a swing and a ground ball. Weaver. 1 away. These teams set the tone in offense last year. Let's take a look. Brought to you by State Farm. The Yankees, number 1. The Red Sox in second. Third, the Rays. Fourth spot, Rangers. And we've got the Twins, who are number 5.
Well, the thing you ask your team, the manager and the hitting coach, is, look, guys, get us some runs. This team does it as good as anyone in the league last year, and they just love to get on base, make things happen with speed, but they can also take it out of the ballpark.
Base is empty, 1 out. Here's the delivery. First pitch, a sinker in there, 0-1. And it's a called strike to Jones. Popped way up there behind home plate. 2 men have been put away.
Nice play by the catcher that time. Came out of the crouch, picked up the ball, then tossed his mask and made the catch.
And in the batter's box, it's Ramirez. Base is empty with 2 outs. First pitch on the way. Ball 1. First pitch fastball misses badly that time. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Alexei Ramirez not making contact. That'll even up the count.
Looking for the ground ball out, trying to get the hitter to roll over on it. Throws that sinker on the outside corner.
1-1 pitch. Lined up the middle. And that is in there. The go-ahead run on board.
And now a chance to see where Alexei Ramirez ended up in the rankings last season offensively. 9th in stolen bases, 13th in batting average with runners in scoring position, and he was a hit machine last year, ranked in the top 15 in hits, showing that great eye-hand coordination to put the ball in play.
A runner on first with 2 outs. First pitch on the way. And he lays off one low, 1-0. The 1-0 pitch. And that's off the plate, away, ball 2. That's ball 3. Santana's worked the count into his favor, may get a walk.
Well, you see there, he tried to go on that outside corner, down and away. Give the hitter a lot of credit, though. You know that's a pitch you can't hit, so don't even swing at it. Well, and the catcher looked like he really wanted that one.
That's going to be a call, ball 4, putting him on.
That's good plate discipline by the hitter right there, waiting the pitcher out, forcing to throw it over. Well, Gary, a scary guy to have at the plate here. Carl Crawford has that exciting speed. Let's see if it comes into play.
Struck out swinging last time. Two down. Runners at first and second. Here's the delivery. Big swing there, but he can't connect, and it's a strike. He delivers, and he tries to lay off, does, but it's a called strike, 0-1. The 1-1 now. Good rip at that one, but he misses 1 and 2.
Now 2 strikes on the hitter. They're a strike away from getting out of this jam with the game still tied.
And Kyle Crawford looks at that one. That's for a ball. It'll even it up. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Kyle Crawford is gone. Will they pick up no runs? 1 hit and strand a couple. Still, here in Tampa Bay, we're tied. For those of you just coming on board, Gary Thorne with Steve Phillips and John Kruk bringing you Major League Baseball on 2K Sports. Now the first pitch. Strike 1, and Johnson gets him swinging.
That fastball up and in is one of the toughest pitches to hit because most hitters have a hole right there. You just can't get the bat head to the ball.
Missed badly with the fastball there, 1-1. Strike 2 with a swing and a miss on a fastball. The 1-2 on its way. This one's grounded foul, wide of first. A swing and a foul off to the right side.
Well, he came inside there with that 1-2 pitch, had him set up to strike him out. Great piece of hitting. That defensive approach keeps him alive.
Fastball swung out and missed, struck him out, 1 away. It took only 6 pitches to get it done here late in the game.
Well, you hate to strike out any time in a game, but especially late. You want to put the ball in play and try to make something happen. Couldn't get it done there.
Well, this is what you pay good money for, to come to a ball game for a moment just like this.
One of the league's best players. This is right where you want him. Last inning, he has a chance to be the go-ahead.
Gary, a bit of a stare down between these two right here, trying to get into each other's head a little bit. They know a home run changes the game.
And it's a called strike to Jones.
Well, he missed his spot with that one and got away with it. You want to go to the corners with that four-seam fastball. He found the heart of the plate, but didn't cost him anything.
And the 0-1 by Johnson. Here's a check swing, but a called strike, 0-1. The pitch. And it's a called strike to Jones.
Now that he's established the bottom of the strike zone, it gives him so many options. He can go to the breaking ball or climb the ladder with another fastball.
And he watches the low pitch from Johnson.
Well, that fastball right there just missed, just below the knees. Tell you what, a borderline pitch. I think they wanted that one bad.
And this is popped up on the left side. And Jones set down. 2 away.
Well, Gary, you know, he's settling into a groove right here. And that's 6 in a row that he's set down. As an athlete, you live for moments like this, Gary.
Well, we're in the top half of the last inning. This ball game tied up, so the potential go-ahead is up there.
Now, this is what you're playing for. You can throw all the scouting reports, everything out the door. It's 1 against 1. Who can win it?
And that's in there. Johnson ahead, 0-1.
Well, that's a hittable pitch right there, Gary. A fastball in the inner part of the plate. But if you're looking out over the plate, sometimes it freezes you.
On the way. Fastball misses low that time, 1-1. Watches that fastball go by, and now he's at 1-2.
Better to go after the fastball when a guy has quality secondary pitches. Even though it's down to the zone, you've got to swing at that.
One-two pitch coming. Foul! And it's fouled off. Tried to get him to chase the fastball away. 2-2. That one's going to be down low. 3-2.
Boy, it's a great fastball right there, down in the strike zone. Now there's so many ways to go. Let's see how he comes back to attack this hitter.
The 3-2 pitch. Slider swung on and missed. Struck him out. That's going to retire the side. No hits, nobody left on. And a good defensive half inning. And a tie ball game here in Tampa Bay.
Well, this is the kind of situation where Robinson Cano can light up this crowd. What kind of matchup is this?
The home crowd is hoping, and this may be their final hope, maybe their best hope, a chance to win it here in the bottom half of the last inning.
Well, the crowd electric right now, excited on their feet. They know 2 of the game's best going head-to-head.
Cano not fooled by that. Count is evened up. Over his career, going .291 off the White Sox. Swing and a miss on the sinker, and it's 1-2.
Can you say ground ball? That's what that sinker down to the zone is meant to do. The
pitch. Cano not fooled by that. Count is evened up. He sends this one in the air towards center, and he's on the potential winning run. Get ready.
Now let's take a quick look back to last year and the numbers that Robbie Cano put up. Second best in base hits, fifth in batting average, and he was also ranked in the top 5 in on-base percentage. A real asset for his team to give his team a chance to score runs and have the run producers drive them in.
Runner on first base, nobody out. Fresh count of Bautista. Here it comes. The 0-0 delivery, a fastball taken for a strike. He's hit .284 lifetime against the White Sox. Swung on and ripped towards second. And he'll take an extra base on this one. It's rolling towards the wall. It rolls all the way to the wall. And they win it. Game-winning run is across.
Walk-off win for the whole team, getting it done in extraordinary fashion. Everybody celebrating.
And we get a moment here to recognize our player of the game. Hard to argue with the bat of Jose Bautista.
Well, coming into the game, you told someone you're going to get 2 hits today, you'd be very happy. The average goes up, and everything else is good for you. But the bottom line is, those 2 hits were the reason this team won the game, and it shows because he's our player of the game.
And, Steve, that ought to send these folks home happy.
Oh, no question about it. They get the win in a close game, a lot of excitement and enthusiasm, and ready for the next one.
This is Gary Thorne with John Kruk and Steve Phillips. Hope you had a great time. As good as we did, then you're all set. See you next time.